Welcome back everyone to the channel. Thank you so much for deciding to click on today's video. We are out here, very cold January day, but gonna hit out, listen to me, I can't even talk. We're gonna head out into some open water, and then what's the plan, Brad? I mean, will we go to some protected stuff? Or?
So yeah, we're gonna start out in the open water and try to put a few trout in the box off sand potholes, little deep holes those fish are laying. And as that tide starts to push back in, we're gonna move back into the marsh and see if we can find a few redfish pushing up into those shallows as that water warms up.
Sounds like a great plan to me. These days make my job so much easier whenever I get to come out and just relax and pick the brain of another angler who has fished these waters for quite some time, and then also learning, because you just never stop learning. So I'm glad that y'all decided to tag along on this adventure. Let's get started and see what happens.
Get this potty started.
All right. You want me to up front?
Yeah,
or,
okay. You take the platform and I'll stand up on the pulling platform.
I will not argue.
That way we got plenty of room. Same thing, we'll drift until one of us gets a bite.
Yeah.
If you get a bite, tell me. I'll pin us down immediately.
All right. I could get used to this, y'all. Being up at the bow, significantly higher platform than what we've got on the micro. That is for sure. Another windy day out here, West Bay, Galveston. I am in love with the look of the water. I mean, y'all are always used to seeing me inside the chocolate dookie stuff, and this is green. Some of y'all in Florida may be saying, man, that is not clean, that is not green, but you just got to understand, in Galveston we're lucky that we get stuff that looks like this. And having this high vantage point is really awesome because I can actually see what my lure is doing. I can see the rate of fall, whereas on my skiff I don't really get that ability unless it's like super clear inside the marsh. But it's cool to see the way these bugs work. Waiting to get to the 1,000 subscribers plus the, what is it, 240,000 minutes?
4,000 minutes.
Yeah, 4,000 watch hours, and it equates to like 240,000 minutes of watch time. And I'm like, once we get there, then I can apply to be a partner again.
Then have 2 channels making money.
Yeah. And my hope is to finance the skiff or my truck, whichever comes first. Right now, I think it's going to look like the truck, but the fact that I can get one faster, because I got to get ready to buy my son, my youngest guy, his truck. Because I bought Christian his truck, then I bought my daughter her car, and now I got to get a truck for Elijah. And it's just tough putting them through school, getting their vehicles, and just starting them off in life with zero debt.
That's a huge financial responsibility.
God, it is a big undertaking.
So we're gonna run towards that land. We're gonna cut and run back in. There's a little marsh that goes all the way back in there. It's really good redfish marsh during the summer. We'll run back in there and see if there's a little deep hole where all that kind of drains out into. Came in here last week. I made one drift south to north, caught a trout, and then my spot cleared up on the left. So I know there's fish in here.
Yeah.
This is the worst iPilot remote.
Which one? Oh.
This giant.
I used the one for my kayak because the original iPilot remote, they it's, I mean, I don't know if you've seen it, it's the black one.
Yeah.
And the little tiny one. Yeah. The one that is for the kayak, I helped to design, not like specifically design, I just gave them the input, and I was like, I want contoured buttons so I don't gotta look at the damn thing.
Right, yeah.
And I can feel concave or convex or whatever. And they did that for that remote, and so I'm so used. Quick update, everyone. I just did the battery swap. We've been at it for approximately 45 minutes to an hour and trying to search for these turds that have been hiding from us. We'll find them. Hang tight. spot number, what is this, 4?
Man, this has got to be spot number 4.
Spot number 4, and hopefully this is gonna be the winner right here. Usually it's third time's a charm, but this time it's 4th. So y'all make up something. Drop that comment down below.
Costa Rica.
You ever watch YBS Youngblood?
A little bit. So he always has those scantily clad women.
Yes.
Corey's not a big fan of me watching that. So I have watched a few, but not many.
Yeah, like that lifestyle is what I'm saying. He's out in the middle of nowhere, and he goes and fishes for his food, dives for his food.
Have you seen Rocket Kit?
Yep. Another great guy. He's what, Aussie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely love that.
Yeah, that's that lifestyle, man. Got a new lure on, everyone. Fresh battery change. I don't know what y'all caught off the last clip. Not too sure what made it on before the battery died, but you really didn't miss nothing. New lure swap. We've got the Shimmer Swimmer on, and a little bit of Procure inside it. We're gonna see if what Christian always says, yep, you just got to use that lure. So we're gonna use this lure.
See the one boy that's a little bit deeper?
Yeah.
That's what we were catching him yesterday.
Oh, is that you? That's you.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that it was on.
I thought me too.
I felt that thump and I was like, nice. God dang it. Is that the 9?
Yes.
What do you think of it?
It does everything exceptionally well. The only thing I hate about it is the fact that you have to remove everything. The case, you have to unmount it by the screw just to get to the battery.
Are you serious?
Yep. That's like what retard was, involved in the process of making it and said, oh yeah, this will be a great idea. Like,
right, let's make it more complicated.
Like, you idiot.
I wish they would make it where the batteries were universal.
Yeah.
I know that that's a business thing, and
they got to keep making money.
that's the only reason I bought a couple 5s off Amazon because they were for $160.
Yeah.
The 5s work fine, but every time I want to upgrade one, I'm like, crap. I got all these batteries for the 5 and chargers. If I do that, if I switch over, then I got to do the same damn thing.
The 6 is a really good camera. That's what I've been using for the longest time. And before the 6, I was using the 4, which was a really great one. No issues, no heat, like overheat, no freezing. It was just a great camera, but I lost that one in Panama.
Oh.
That thing just fell and just went for a swim and never came back up.
Yeah, so we'll say 2 more spots. We'll go make that run to the shell markers. If shell markers are on, fantastic, we'll finish there.
Yeah.
If the shell markers suck, we'll run back through here. If it's empty, we'll fish it. If not, we'll take it to the house.
Sounds like a plan. I also went to flight school, and not to fly the aircraft, but to crew on it. Yeah. And I was just an aerial observer, an aerial gunner, and got my wings. After that tour was done, it was pretty much, I did one other tour with F-18s, which is a whole different platform, and that was in Fort Worth. Still the same MOS, support equipment, and then after that you start transitioning over when you hit the staff ranks to become a maintenance chief, which you're going to run an entire maintenance department.
Right.
At a squadron, and so ultimately that's what it turned into. Became a maintenance chief, and then controlled like several squadrons all on the East Coast as the group. So instead of it just being a squadron maintenance chief, when you're the group maintenance chief, the entire air group belongs to you. And so
you're working with 05, 04?
Yeah.
By then?
Yeah. It was, man, I'm telling you what, it was a task. Definitely mind-numbing, and so the job itself wasn't hard. Taking care of Marines was the hard part.
Yeah.
Making sure they stayed out of trouble, giving the don't drink and drive speech every
Friday.
Yeah.
The block leave speech.
Yeah, domestic, any domestic anything.
exact same thing that Michael said turned him off.
Yeah.
So he got tired of going to get guys out of jail or dealing with positive drug tests.
Yeah,
or
that's
dealing
exactly.
with disputes, or this guy beat his wife, or a fight in the barracks. He just got tired of dealing with all that. It wasn't being a ranger anymore.
Yeah.
The exact same thing.
It gets so tiring that you're like, we have fitness reports is what we call them. It's an evaluation on us and how we get graded as leaders and stuff like that. And it was almost no more about how you do your job technically. It was about taking care of Marines, being mommy and daddy at the same time for these 18, 19, 20-year-olds that constantly get in trouble. It was tiring, and it's like you don't get a manual on how to do that job. Yeah, there's no course that can teach you. It's just something that you learn as you go, and if you're exposed to it, well, then you see how to handle certain situations. And it was just, I don't know, I had had enough. I threw in the towel and like, I'm going home, you know. I've been living without my family for 7 years and I'm done.
Right.
The Marine Corps just drained me.
It's funny, you find the few guys that make, you know, that make the E9 rank, and it's the exact same complaint. I've got a buddy of mine he's a command sergeant major in Italy right now, Vicenza.
Uh-huh.
Same thing. He's been away from his kids for 7, 8 years, and he's just sick of babysitting.
Yeah.
A lot of the guys.
Ultimately, I think that's what's going to get them. It is not the passion for the Corps or the Army or the troops, the camaraderie. All of that is something that holds a special place in your heart, at least in mine for sure. It's just the secondary stuff that you just like, okay, I don't want to deal with this. Like, I have enough problems with my own personal family, my life at home,
right,
that now I've got to deal with everybody else's stuff.
Right.
It took its toll. I would, so being that I didn't spend any of my time around Infantry Marine Corps, like the 03 field is what we call it.
Right.
I didn't spend time around those guys. So the only thing that I've got to compare it to is recruiting and then the Fleet Marine Corps. Recruiters are some of the nastiest, and if there's any recruiters out there watching, hey, you guys made your bed. So I was a recruiter. I just wasn't a career recruiter, and I just would never see eye to eye with those guys. They're backstabbing, conniving. They will say whatever needs to be said.
Get that quota.
Exactly. And so my son-in-law, Jake, he was having trouble before he became the son-in-law with the recruiter telling him so many different things, and I was like, no, that does not sound right. So I just made a phone call to the guy, and like, because I saw what was happening with my daughter and him, and I'm like, okay, you know, if I don't do what I can do while I can do it to make sure, yeah, exactly, then that will be, not that it's going to be my problem, but it'll somewhat be an issue that I have to listen to, because he ends up not getting what he wants from a recruiter.
Right.
And so, you know, long story short, Jake got the job that he wanted, that he truly wanted. You know, I went over the MOS manual with him so that he's like all these questions. But a recruiter is trying to put in his quota every month. Right. And so he doesn't have the, like, not that he doesn't have the time. It just doesn't want to take the extra time to explain in detail someone's life, like the rest of your 5 years of your life. And I'm like, no. So he got the job that he wanted. But going back to the original topic of Marine Corps recruiting is nothing like Fleet Marine Corps. And these guys, they go by a whole different set of rules. Most of the time, they don't even run PFTs. And the only reason why I'm saying it is just because I experienced that. It's like, okay, what was your score from the last time? It's like, what? Like, I gained 60 pounds, man. So I'm okay, but if you want to give me that score, that's cool. It's I could see like how you had that mindset of, yeah, this is not like what I'm used to.
You come from a place that everyone's fired up.
Yes.
Everyone wants to be
Motivated and
everyone's brothers.
yeah.
You know, you'll do anything for the guy next to you. And you just such a, I mean, not a higher caliber of soldier, just a more dedicated, I think.
Yeah. Okay, so that's gonna bring this one to an end. I'm not too sure. I honestly didn't even plan on dropping this video because it was a skunk, but I know that they happen. I just thought that I would share with y'all a little bit about my past, and then also wanted to hear Brad out with his time in the service as an Army Ranger. I hope y'all enjoyed this one. If you did, don't forget to click that thumbs up button. Go over to Brad's channel. His link is going to be in the description down below, so check him out if you're interested in seeing the content that he produces. Before I completely end this one, wanted to quickly go over the merchandise that I am wearing right here. If you're interested and want to also support the channel, click on the links that are down below the video. They will take you to Teespring, where you can check out, I think I've got 6 designs now, maybe 7, somewhere around there. And if one of them is for you and you purchase that shirt, I do earn a small commission, so I definitely would appreciate it. All the gear that I use is listed down below as well. That is gonna do it. Thanks for watching again, and until next time, tight lines, y'all.